This is how to have a smooth transition. It's going to make your downswing feel slower, but the overall speed feel faster. The key to having a smooth transition and not having this quick move at the top is to actually speed up the backswing. And the secret to speeding up the backswing correctly is to use your legs and your body much more to start the swing rather than just your arms. This is very common because golfers have been told to stay still, don't sway. And when you do that, you basically just lock your body down and pick the club up with just your arms, which is very easy to do because the club is very light. But then that creates a very slow backswing, and also we haven't loaded, so then at the top we have to add everything at the top. But if we allow ourselves to start faster with our legs and our body, the difference between the amount of energy and effort put into the backswing and the downswing will be much less, and the closer those two are, the less abrupt speed and effort you have to add at the top. The bigger the difference, the more abrupt speed you have to add at the top, and that's where your transition looks quick. Drill 1, we're going to learn how to speed up the backswing with our legs and our body. We're really only feeling this even before the club moves to about shaft parallel in the backswing. This is where we feel like we're really speeding up the backswing with our legs and our body to start the swing. Pros put way more energy, even before the club goes back, to about shaft parallel in the backswing. They put way more effort there, so then they don't have to add as much at the top, and that's why they look very smooth. To understand what this feels like, we're going to pretend that this club head is stuck in the ground. For the drill, we're pretending that I couldn't just lift the club up with my arms. If this club was stuck in the ground and I had to rip it out with my legs and my body, I'd probably shift a little bit and then extend up. Shift and extend to rip this out of the ground. These muscles are much bigger, and they'll allow you to get it out of the ground. What that looks like and feels like is I'm not really trying to rip it out with my arms, but I'm shifting and elevating, and I'm really getting this first part of the swing much faster. You'll notice when I do that, I'm actually swaying a little bit to start my swing. You've probably heard that sway is bad, but there's a good way to sway and a bad way to sway. A good way to sway is swaying early off the ball. What that does is, one, it engages your body and your legs, but two, it gives you extra time to start moving back forward. Whereas the bad way to sway is you try and stay super still, you're going back, and then it's a late sway over here. Once that happens, there's just not enough time to get back forward, and you'll be stuck here, and then a bunch of problems can happen. So to practice, just keep doing a bunch of reps where you feel like you're ripping the club out of the ground really fast from here to here, and just push it. Try and make this as fast as possible, this first part, and it'll make your transition much smoother. What I also want you to feel is if I'm using my legs and my body to shift and extend and start my swing and not really using my arms, it's going to feel like my legs and body throw my arms. Rather, what we don't want is to feel like the arms quickly snap and take it back. Only other note I have, when we're swaying with the lower body to start the swing, I want the upper body to stay pretty still and centered. If both of them sway to start the swing, you're going to have too much mass, too much weight over your back foot, and it's going to be very hard to get back forward. But what it looks like is I'm allowing my legs and my body to be very active, but only my legs sway. You can see my chest stays more or less centered. This makes it easier to get back forward. To tie all those points together, we're feeling active legs and body to start the swing. Chest stays pretty centered. Hips are allowed to sway. Really trying to make this first part of the backswing as fast as possible without feeling like it's from the arms. Rather, it's the legs and the body throwing the arms back. Now you can take it to the ball. Once you've practiced this first part, really speeding it up, we can start hitting golf balls. I recommend that you film yourself because the feel and the reel are not going to be the same. What it's going to feel like, and what I want it to feel like, is this first part is out of control. It feels way too fast, but it's just because you haven't added energy that early before. But when you film yourself, you're going to notice it doesn't look out of control, and it also will look like your transition is much smoother, but you'll notice that the overall speed of the swing is much faster. So do a couple reps where I'm feeling this first part of the backswing much faster, and then you can take it to the ball. This will be the same with every single swing, whether it's a wedge or a driver. Obviously, with a wedge, it'll be just less exaggerated. A driver, you'll probably feel it much more. But just practice that. First part of the backswing, much faster by using the legs and the body rather than the arms, and it'll make your transition much smoother.